G'day guys, today I'm going to review the game which is between Adelaide and Geelong. It was the Crows getting home pretty narrowly, sort of, 15 points, and yeah, I'm not too wrapped at the moment, but yeah, look, it was one of those games where you just look back and go, is that going to cost you finals? Are we going to make the finals? That's probably a bigger question. Who knows right now? Who really cares right at the minute? That salty, I don't really care at the moment. If we can't win these sorts of games, or games you have to win, play consistently good footy against the best sides, don't worry about it. Just don't show up at all. Look, again, just so many fundamental errors. We allowed Adelaide, and look at this again, shootouts. Are we good in shootouts? No. Why do we get into them? Don't know why. But I will tell you why it has happened. It's simply above the shoulders here. It's a work rate thing. We have a team that's got some really top end talent, some really good players in there, some okay guys in the middle tier. You got the tails off a bit from there, but it's not about who's on the park. It's about the mindset on the park. And right at the minute, and from what the game showed, we're just not tough enough. Either don't want to do it, or we're incapable of doing it consistently. How can we do it against Sydney and then back it up against the Crows? And I understand they're very tough opposition to win in the state. It's always tough to win there, but the amount of easy goals from players just not manning up, goals from coast to coast, out of the back line, we just allowed them, and that's why we've got 16 goals kicked against us. We allowed them time and space. We didn't close them up. We got into a shootout. I know sometimes you just are not good enough, but how can we minimise the damage of a Port Adelaide in Adelaide Oval? How can we minimise the damage of a Sydney in Sydney? How can we minimise the impact against some really top teams and then other weeks just not quite bring it? Probably because we're not good enough. That's probably the real answer. There's no sort of shying away from that, but yeah, just so many fumbles, so many drop marks, and just holding the balls that went against us, and yeah, just not being able to win one-on-one contests. And our defence looks terrible, but really it all starts from the forward line and the midfield applying enough pressure on the ball carrier. They just got far too much time and space. Crouch and Sloan had so many good looks at it, and they use the ball really well. And when you've got time and space, you can use the ball well, and it makes the defence nervous. When there's overlap run, there's just constantly one man free over the top, and then the next man has to go from their man, which then leaves another spare ahead of the ball, which saw in spades tonight. I'm just shocked that I saw a number. It's unbelievable. But yeah, look, again, just another lost opportunity. So if you win the game against the Dogs a few weeks ago, like you should have, you don't have to worry about this game as much. Still a huge game, no doubt about it, but you make it from you have to win this game to it's not the end of the world if you do, but just got to be better than that. Just got to be better than that. Look at that, 54 clearances. We doubled their clearances, but just ineffectual going forward, shallow entries, loose men behind the ball, just terrible in the one-on-one contests. I can't believe that. That is a pure domination in the midfield. That's incredible. But just that ability to run just wasn't there. That desire to defend and run back when the Crows of the ball wasn't quite there. Look at that. Plus 16 contested possessions. The numbers look great, but I tell you what, when the Crows had the ball, they moved so well, so easily. The forwards had a lot of good looks. And yeah, it's just frustrating. It's just the same old story, in my opinion. We play badly for a patch, and then we get back into it, and then we get within 2 goals, and you think, oh, hang on, we're a chance, and then you just know we're going to make a mistake, and then it's going to cost us, and if you can't stem the bleeding, well, it's going to come back to bite you, unfortunately. But yeah, look, it's just shocking. But yeah, so that's the fundamentals. I mean, you couldn't have asked more from, and this will go in the play review, you couldn't have asked more from Ablett, Selwood, Dangerfield and Kelly, those sorts of guys, and even Hawkins to an extent. But I'll tell you what, gosh, just that simple mindset of running and just being clean, and we went for passes that didn't quite come off, and then Wiley Buzzer, mate, don't ever play this season. I'll tell you what, why the hell did they bring Buzzer in anyway? Cramery kicked 5 in the first half. I'm sure he could throw him in the ruck. I'm going to touch on that in the player review, but yeah, my eyes honestly blew out of my brain when I saw 27 more clearances. That's unbelievable domination and not getting on the scoreboard. The Crows' defence was good, but look at that. We had that many clearances, but couldn't get an inside 50 because the Crows had more inside 50s. So even when we do get clearances, we just muck around with it and don't actually make it dangerous for the Crows' defenders. So I'm very disappointed. I went in tonight feeling pretty confident, and again just let down. I mean, again, people will probably go, "Oh, Richmond have been smashed a few times away from home." Yeah, I understand that, but when you put yourself in a winning position, and I don't really feel like Richmond were in winning positions in the other games when they've been smashed away from home. Yeah, it's just not good enough. But anyway, that's sort of the game, the mechanics behind it. The Crows were much cleaner. They tackled a lot better. Their pressure was immense. It was crazy good. It was amazing. I've got to give credit there. Well coached from Don Pike, Chris Scott. Say whatever you like. But yeah, look, just allowed their players to do damage, and they were cleaner with the ball, had more time and space for the ball. Simple as that. We didn't have time and space for the ball for a fair chunk of the night. Moving to the votes, Dangerfield would have to get the 33 touches, 5 marks, and 10 tackles. That's a monstrous effort. 3 goals, 3. So that's incredible. That's an incredible game. It wasn't his cleanest game of all time, but certainly worked incredibly hard and was very happy with his output. The 2 votes, definitely Tim Kelly, 28 touches, 3 marks, 3 tackles and a goal. I thought even at times he was best on ground, but with Dangerfield's scoreboard impact like that, pretty hard to go past him. 6 shots on goal, yeah. Kelly quite clearly right up in the top 2 there. Thought he was really clean and really dug in when we were struggling. And I gave the 1 vote to Zach Tui, who got the 22 touches, also took the 5 marks, 3 tackles, and also kicked a goal. I thought he was really tough around the ball, really courageous at times, and took some good marks when we needed it. Stanley was good. Adelaide was decent without being too great. Didn't realise Hawkins kicked 4 there. It's quite a fair effort, but yeah, Selwood was decent. Blitzarves did some good things, but wasn't kicking very well. But yeah, those are my votes, and I suppose into the player review, we'll go down to the bottom. Jones started off well. I think he hurt his shoulder. Menzel looked very slow, and Cheney gave him a bath, let's be honest. Simpson was okay, but didn't get much of it. Again, you look at this bottom 6, and I'll tell you what, just not quite delivering the goods. Buzzer was horrible. Horrible. Do not let him play again this year, or I will throw up if he plays again. He was dreadful. Dropped marks. Gave away 50-metre penalties. Nearly gave away 1 at the end, which I almost wish he did, so he'd have his paper stamped to not play again this year. Played a howler. Honestly, I know what I was going to get before the night. Parfitt was okay, but again, he did some weird things at times. Spews was okay. Betts didn't have an amazing game. Narkle was good at times. Colo was decent. Guthrie was okay, but again, he turned it over in critical times. Stewart was subpar from his normal output. Selwood tried, but he didn't get into the game too much. Blitzarves, yeah, he didn't use the ball very well, but some of the marks he took were good. Selwood, as I said. Menegal had a howler. He had 22 touches, but he had a howler. Let's be honest. He got caught holding the ball, didn't go in hard enough a couple of times, just didn't really make his mark. Duncan was okay. Do have high standards. Stanley I thought was good. Did a couple of weird things again, but yeah. You look at the Crows though. Laird 43 and Sloan 27 and a goal. Atkins 28 and a goal. Croucher felt like he had 70 possessions with how much loose ball he was getting. But yeah, look, we've only really got Cockatoo, Henderson and Taylor to come back in, maybe McCarthy, and then we've sort of got our best 22, so that's another thing that's a bit disappointing. I don't know when they'll all be available. I have to look at the injuries, but you'd expect Simpson to go out, you expect Henry to go out. He does some okay things, but 2 marks when that's all he's in the team for. Not quite good enough, but yeah, I'm pretty flat, guys. It's a hard loss to take, and especially when I thought we were a fair chance to win, and I tipped us and everything. I don't normally tip us, but I thought we were a sneaky chance. Whenever we're favourites going in a way, tend to not win. But I expect us to bounce back against the Dees next week. GMBHA Stadium, so that'll be a big game, Saturday night, and I'm hoping we can get across the line here, but depends on our Melbourne players. We're tough to beat down at Simmons, but if we don't play like we did against Sydney, we can not bother showing up, really. Don't come in Monday, sort of style, or Saturday on this occasion, but yeah, look, Melbourne won't be easy. Yeah, I think we touched them up when Paul Roos was playing his last game back at Simmons. Got him at the G because Max Gawn missed just before the siren. That was a heart attack, that game, and yeah, they'll be keen to get back into some good form, no doubt. So hopefully we can put in a better display there, guys. Whether we make the 8, who really cares at the minute? If we can't play consistently good footy, it won't stand up in finals, then you might as well just kiss your finals goodbye. This is around the time where you want to start hitting form. I understand Adelaide are getting back to some good form and they're at home and everything, but anyway, Sydney, there has to be expectation that you should be very close, if not winning, against the Crows, and especially when you get yourself within 2 goals. The Crows had answers all night, and they got the Chocolates by 15 points. So that's a review, guys. Again, just the same old from Geelong. They start off well, they give you a bit of hope, they play a bit of a bad patch, the opposition capitalise, give them time and space, and then Geelong just eke back a few goals. They give you a little bit of a sniff, bit of teasing, no doubt, and then they just let you down. So, look, I can't commend the fight back enough, but where's that fight in the third term? I mean, this is a life or death game. It's not just, you're not playing marbles. So, just don't know if it means enough or well, it doesn't mean enough or we're not capable. It's one or the other. So that's the review, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed me being salty as hell. Don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe away as well. It'd be great. Hopefully we can get on the winners list again next week against the Dees and see how we go there. But yeah, might just be making up the numbers if we do make it. So see what happens. Thanks for hanging around, guys. I'll catch you all next time.